YouTube. We're back with another one, and it's an important one today. We're talking today about budgeting. So, what is budgeting? I think we all have a good sense of what it sounds like, but when we actually boil it down, like, what are we doing with budgeting? So, simply put, it's really just some sort of written plan. I would advise having a budget that's not just in your head, but actually written down on a piece of paper so you can see every single line item on your list of expenses. And when you have a curated list of everything that you plan on spending for each month or every year, then you can start to plan around it. And that's what's so important about a budget. A lot of people don't, surprisingly, know what their expenses are. And so if we don't know how much we owe every month or every year, then how can we possibly begin to save money? So that's why a budget is so important to have for every single person. So with that being said, you might ask yourself, like, well, why should I care about budgeting? I just want to have some money, be able to spend it on, living a happy, easygoing life and taking care of my bills when I can and not thinking about it. And I understand that to a degree, but when we are able to at least plan for our present and our future, then a multitude of things happen for us. We have a massive reduction of stress. And I think in today's world, all of us are overly stressed about most things. So if we can find a way to reduce our stress by any means possible, I would say that is a tremendous win. This also, from budgeting, helps us to prepare for unforeseen circumstances. I hate to say it, but at some point, emergencies of some sort will happen to all of us, no matter who, no matter at some random time when we least expect or want it to. So being able to have some sort of plan in place for an unforeseen emergency, which is basically something that's out of our control, is tremendously helpful, and that also reduces our stress. So we're trying to eliminate this compounding stress in our lives. Additionally, with budgeting, you can prevent overspending. So I would say, I just mentioned things that are out of our control. This is something that can very much be within our control. So if we write down a list and know how much we are spending and how much we need to save for expenses, then that's going to give us a much broader sense of control, because we can then plan for how much we can save on top of how much we spend in our expenses. So overall, writing everything down in a budget allows us to understand what our expenses are, plan for our expenses, prevent overspending, reduce our stress, giving us a sense of control, which I think in today's age is a luxury that not a lot of us have. So when it comes to how we can go about some easy budgeting practices, some suggestions that I have is if you transfer some of your expenses to your credit card so that it just auto pulls from your credit card. That's an easy way to not even have to think about it, and it just goes right to the credit card. But I will say, there's a really important asterisk on this one, and that's that you pay it off every single month. Because if you don't and your credit card bills accumulate, then you're going to get hit with more and more interest. So this is a really important asterisk, that if you're putting it on a credit card, you want to pay off any and all expenses every single month to not get any more interest. But if you're diligent and disciplined about paying your credit card off, then you can not have to think about possibly overspending in a debit checking account. You also can maybe get some points if you have a credit card that generates those for you. It just takes some discipline, like I said. Another budgeting practice is Kind of similar to the credit card, but a little different. Just practice the second that you get paid, you have an auto transfer from your checking account right away. So let's say I have my electric bill, and the second that I get paid every 2 weeks, the electric bill just comes right out from my bank account. So I don't even have to think about it. I don't have to see it in my account for an extended period of time and get excited about spending it. Instead, it's just gone immediately, out of sight, out of mind. Similarly, this one is also with an asterisk, I would say, because it could be helpful for some and not for others. But for me, sometimes when I am going out, if I'm going to get dinner or going out for drinks, say, or going to a concert, I will take a limited amount of cash, let's say maybe $100 in cash. And I know that no matter what happens, I only have this $100 to spend. So if I spend that $100, that's it. I'm done. I don't spend another penny from my account on my credit card or anything. And if I come home with extra money from that $100, like if I have, $20 left, then I actually saved money. But that way I know I'm never spending more than that $100. So these are just a couple tips to help with budgeting. But all in all, I think the most important part here is to write down the list of your expenses so you can start to track them and know how much you owe every single month. Because once you know how much you owe versus how much you make every month, then you can see what the difference is between what you make and what you owe in expenses, so you can start to save what's left over. So thanks for coming to this one, and I will see you in the next video.